Sorry about that, guys. We got shut down for live, but I'm recording this on a separate camera. Thanks to JB's wisdom, we're recording this on multiple ways. But as I was saying, I'm not engaged anymore. I'm married to my job, and I love teaching. I love charity. I love traveling. That's my life, and you gotta figure out what you love in life. Let's see. Oh man, that stinks. We lost like half the viewers too when it cracks. Oh well. You are my idol. Thank you. I'm literally just an average person. I'm not special. I'm not that great at math. I'm not that smart. You got to be, real with what you are, who you are, what you know. But I do study the past a lot. I am like a glorified history teacher. The viewers will be back. I'm not really worried, I'm doing this just for fun. I mean, we got like 1,500 people in my chat room. Those are the people that I'm teaching every day. Social media is just fun. Thoughts on WLL and OAS. I mean, both of those were spiking nicely earlier in the week, but now, not so much. You gotta ride it up and then just get out. You gotta learn to take profits. Too many newbies just hold and they hope. I mean, OAS is cracking. I wouldn't be long this now. I mean, it's already down nearly 50% off its highs. WLL, that's down 50% off its highs too. So learn to take profits. I took profits too quickly on TRNX today, but I still made nearly 1,000. Yesterday I made over 4,000. You make a few thousand a day, it keeps the real job away. Over the weekend holds. I don't see anything truly great right now. It's very dangerous with the coronavirus. There's unpredictable news. Some days is good, some days is bad. I don't see anything truly fantastic. And I think that if you get pickier with your trades and only choose like the perfect type trades, you'll have better odds of success. You guys are bringing up like random stocks. If you trade random stocks with random patterns, you're going to have random results. So you got to be more disciplined. Do I know anything about seasonal patterns? Yeah, I look forward to tax loss selling and, like the January effect. But I mean, we're in mid-April, late April right now. There's no real seasonality. There's also another saying like sell in May and go away. Historically, the beginning of the year has been the best performing, but now with the coronavirus, all bets are off. Newbie here, how do you know what to invest in? Do you research? Well, click the link in my bio. I'll teach you. There's a lot that goes in before I risk my hard-earned money. Too many people just like follow alerts. They get pics from other people. You got to want to do better. You got to try to be more disciplined. It's really a shame how many people just throw their money kind of away on guessing games and on gambling. And there's a reason why 90% of traders lose, you're not just going to pick the hottest stock randomly. So I'm looking for news. I'm looking for a big percent gain. Past performers can become runners again, so look at a stock's history. Some of my top students, Jack Kellogg and Kyle Williams, just did a video on how stocks have personalities. That's how crazy we are. But it's very true. Like, think about the biggest asshole that you knew in high school. Maybe they got humbled because they're working at a fucking gas station or something. But if they didn't get humbled, guess what? It's okay because they're probably still, assholes now. And it's very similar with stocks. Like, good stocks can often become good stocks again. I'll give you an example. APT, they make masks. I have an APT mask around here somewhere. But they spiked during the Ebola outbreak several years ago. They went from 3 to 12. Now, obviously, the coronavirus outbreak is much bigger than Ebola ever was, sadly. And, APT went from 3 to 40. Tim Burton II, my top student, made, I think 150 grand or 190 grand. I mean, Tim Burton has made nearly $2 million this year in trading profits. I'm up nearly 100,000 this year in trading profits. And again, I donate all my trading profits to charity. This year, my charity is Direct Relief because they do provide the masks and protective gear to medical workers, which is so useful. But some people are saying that the video stopped. If the video is still frozen, don't worry. We're recording it on multiple cameras. We'll have this video up. I don't really want to do lives that are unarchived because I get these same questions over and over again. It's crazy that people still think like I'm engaged. It's crazy that people think that I'm going to hold on to these stocks for like days or weeks. You just have to know who I am. And I don't trade for long term. I trade for profits. I go for $1,000 or $2,000 in profits. Do I do any long-term investing? No, I'd be very scared to invest long-term. The world has changed quite dramatically in the past few weeks. And I think that we're going to see the repercussions of this for several months or several years. I hope that we come up with a vaccine pretty quickly. Reading the complete penny stock course and learning before. Oh, do you have my book? JB, where's my book? It's around here somewhere. Can you grab that real quick?
Yes, sir. We
have my book here somewhere. 2 books. Get both the complete penny stock course and American Hedge Fund. I got 2 books. One I wrote, an American Hedge Fund that you should read. And then also the complete penny stock course, which is actually by one of my students because I'm so disorganized with so many freaking different stocks and so many different plays and so many students these days. So my student actually wrote it and organized. Thanks. Where's the other book?
I don't have one. Do you?
Get the other one.
Is it in Europe?
It's in Neela's. Neela has it.
What's his book?
There's another one. This is one book. This is the book that I wrote, an American Hedge Fund. It's not very technical, but it talks about my growing up in small town Connecticut, making a few $1 million before I graduated college. Like crazy stuff. Most of the kids that I went to school with in Connecticut are still in Connecticut. And now I've been very fortunate to travel the world. Here's the other book that's coming. And this other book called The Complete Penny Stock Course. This is by my student Jamil. And I wrote the foreword, and you can see how thick it is because he's like this academically minded person, and he took all my lessons and he put it all in a book. The Complete Penny Stock Course. Both of these books are essential. Study up. Stop watching freaking music videos. I don't even know why I said music videos. Music bed. Stop watching TV. Stop watching movies. Stop playing video games. Stop watching useless TikToks. Start utilizing this quarantine and really, focusing on your education. By the way, I'm looking at my laptop here. This is what I got. The market is open while we're doing this. Ever thought about having a podcast? I did. I had Tim Radio a few years ago. Very few people tuned in. The stock market is very visual, like with stock charts and everything. And also, I just don't have much time. Like, I have so many freaking stocks in play. I have so many students right now. I give live webinars every week to my challenge students. And a lot of you guys are DMing me asking, how do you get into my webinars? Click the link in my bio. There's one link. And my challenge students get 2 to 4 live webinars every week from me and my top students. Do I have any internship programs? No, I have 0 time to train interns. I'm just looking for dedicated students. I've tried interns in the past too, but it takes more time for me to train them. So I just don't have time. This whole thing is my time. How many stocks should you be looking at? I have like 10 to 15 stocks on my daily watch list, but that doesn't mean I'm trading them all. I usually trade 1 or 2 per day. My webinars are great. Cool. Literally in Wednesday's webinar, DECN was one of the biggest winners earlier in the week. And I said, I'm waiting for this to have a morning panic. That's one of my favorite patterns. In the challenge webinar, we went over potential support zones for DECN. A lot of my new students thought that 30 cents would be support. And I was like, why do you think 30? Like, what if it goes to 20? What if it goes to 15? As it turned out, it went to 20 before bouncing back to 37. And all the webinars that we do, if you miss them, they're recorded. So they'll be up this weekend if you're already one of my challenge students. How spot on are your daily watch lists? I mean, it varies. I focus on all the big percent gainers. You know, we're trading actively traded penny stocks. We're trading stocks in the coronavirus sector. But you never really know. You know, this is not an exact science. So I don't want you to think I'm going to be right 100% of the time. Sometimes there's pre-market news. Sometimes there's, a morning panic on a stock that maybe was a spiker like a month ago or a week ago and is not on my watch list that previous day, but it was on a watch list from last week. You got to look at all recent big winners because they can rebounce, they can respike very easily. Oil sector starting to slow down. I don't like guessing on commodities. You don't know what Russia is going to do. You don't know what Saudi Arabia is going to do. You don't know what any government is going to do. If you play guessing games, you're not going to get rich very quickly. Again, click the link in my bio if you're interested in joining my challenge. We have several options, but only click it if you're serious. Like a lot of people are like, I'm not sure. Don't bother. The beautiful thing about being real and the reason why I talk about being overwhelmed is because I'm serious. Like I only have time for dedicated students these days. It's a crazy, crazy market. And, like I made a little over 7,000 this week. Like I said, Tim Burton has made nearly $250,000 this week. Mark Crook, one of my newest millionaire students, he's making, I think, 30,000 this week. Yesterday, Mike Huddy made 6,000. John Papa made 4,000. Jack Kellogg made 4,000. So it adds up. And these are just a few students. I'm sorry, there's so many more. I would not invest in anything right now. I think you have to be very careful. Cash is also an asset. Like people always forget, you can just stay liquid. You can just say, hey, let me just hold on to cash and look for opportunities. A lot of people went into this crisis fully invested. Their companies are going bankrupt. Their employees are getting laid off. I'm very fortunate to have stayed liquid. And now I'm able to, pick whatever I want to buy at discount prices. What broker? I use E-Trade and Interactive Brokers. Those are my two brokers. E-Trade is best for U.S. students. Interactive Brokers is best for international. I started E-Trade this year with $12,000. I go back to my $12,000 roots every single year, and I try to grow that small account because, frankly, that's what my students mainly start out at, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. So I trade with a small account in order to teach how to grow it. So when I make 7,000 on the week, I mean, it's good for like a normal person, but if you've been trading for 20 years, like it's a joke. A lot of my trader friends make fun of me for trading so small. What's up?
Hey.
How's it going?
The pool guys are here.
Cool. I'm live right now.
Oh.
Let's see. Can I start with less? Yeah, I mean, my top student, Tim Burton, started with 1,500, and now he's at around 11 million. But that's also been like a decade. And you have to remember, Tim Burton made no trades his first 3 months. He made no money his first 9 months, even while studying every day. So everybody wants to make quick money, but they don't want to put in the time and effort. They don't want to actually learn the process. So that's why I do these lives. That's why I teach. I got to get you guys learning the process so that you can make the most money 2, 3, 5, 10 years in. What can you do today, this week, this month, so that you can do well later on? What's up? How's it going, pool guy? I don't know what's going on. I'm doing too much right now. What do I think about Boeing? I think it's a guessing game. Don't play guessing games, okay? This is part of the reason why I'm not on CNBC. Neela, can you go talk to the pool guy? He has some questions.
Yeah.
He's looking around. Why is the oil sector going down? Who cares? Who cares about oil? You guys need to stop watching CNBC. Stop playing these guessing games. You're not going to get rich that way, okay? You can listen to an ugly bald man on TV and you can buy and sell, but you're not going to be right more than 35, 45% of the time. My top students and I, we're not right 100% of the time, but we win 60, 70% of the time, and our gains are bigger than our losses. Someone just nailed DECN. I don't even know. A lot of people aren't on Profitly anymore. It's tough to be fully transparent. I show every trade. My top students show every trade. We've had so many traders that have previously been on Profitly, then they get off because I require them to show every trade. A lot of short sellers these days, pretend to be all great and everything. But meanwhile, I'm getting so many nightmare stories daily from wannabe short sellers who are getting their asses squeezed on stocks like, MESO was squeezing. They were shorting it earlier today saying, the news isn't that good. And they're shorting it in the 10s or the 11s or 12s. It goes up to 20. Short selling is very dangerous. And right now, I think short sellers are the new promoters. We don't have that many like Wolf of Wall Street-like promoters. Short sellers are the ones who are spiking stocks the most with their over-aggressive shorts, because they're kind of like angry vegans and they tell everybody, like, if you meet an angry vegan, like, hi, I'm Kathy, I'm vegan. And you didn't even ask if they were vegan or not, but they tell you because they're so proud of it. It's very same kind of thing with short sellers, like, hi, I'm James, I'm a short seller. I didn't ask, but they think that they're better than everybody. They're so proud of themselves. And they're not. Like, everyone has different strategies, and short sellers might be fundamentally correct in saying, look, these companies are worthless or these companies are going to go down, but they don't respect the risks or the potential upside. And newbies, wannabe short sellers, often get crushed. Do I dip by the first green day? I mean, it depends on the catalyst. It depends on the float, the time of day, the sector. Is this stock a past performer? You got to look at all the indicators in my trader checklist guide. Anyways, guys, I got to get focused on trading. DM me any questions. See the link in my bio if you want to learn, if you're dedicated. But if you're lazy, don't bother me. Seriously, I have zero time these days. I'm going to go live on Facebook in 7 minutes. So if you follow me on Facebook, tune in there and we'll continue this conversation. Thank you for tuning in.